Hello, my name is Lacey and welcome back to Late Night Coloring Mama. Tonight I wanted to do a color and chat in another Creative Haven book. I've been feeling all of the fall, Thanksgiving, all the pictures. I've just been wanting to color everything like fallish. So the book that I chose, and if you have the book, if you haven't colored the page, you can color along and chat in the comments with me. It's Creative Haven, Find Your True Colors, Fantastic Floral Wreaths coloring book. Now I got this a while back at Hobby Lobby for $3.49. It's Jessica Mazurkiewicz. And I already tore out the page because it is perforated. And I'll just probably set it on top. And this is the picture I chose. And now I still kind of want to color it with colored pencils. But then I thought, I have these gel pens. I don't want them to dry up because I got them for a reason. Because my other ones I stopped using after so long. I thought I'd color in gel pen. So I'll show you the colors I picked out. I don't know how it's going to look. I just kind of winged it and thought, hey, we'll just pick a bunch of colors. I picked probably 8 colors. And these are all the colors I picked. So they're kind of fallish. I don't know. I thought I'd just go with the flow. Whoops. And see what we have here. So I'm just going to kind of spread them out and see what I'm feeling. And these have small enough tips, I think, that I could handle it. So first, I think I'm going to start in this corner and kind of work my way up. And I don't even know what I'm going to color those flowers. Maybe like an orange. I don't know. I might not even like how it turns out, but I'm just going to go with it. Now these might need to get some warming up into them because I haven't used some of these yet. So, how's everyone doing tonight? How is your weather? It was 51 here today. A little chilly, a little warm. I had a doctor's appointment today. They didn't really tell me too much. They just said everything looks good. They asked if I wanted to do an induction. I'm not even due yet. Then she said if I wanted to wait till next week and see if the baby comes. So I said I would do that. So at this time, I'm not getting induced. I hope things go their own way. If not, I might have to go the induction route, which I don't really want to, but you gotta do what's best. But I have less than a week till my due date. And then I have another appointment the day after my due date if he has not arrived. They're going to hook me up to like some monitors and just do like a non-stress test. And then I think we're going to talk about induction. So at that time I'll probably do that, which I don't want to, but I don't want to be super overlaid. And my son, his birthday's actually coming up too. So it's like, I don't know. I know we can't pick when our babies are born, but I hope he's not born on his birthday, but it is what it is. We'll be okay regardless. My son's teachers have been messaging me, asking me if I've had the baby. He tells all his teachers in school that I'm having a baby. He's so excited. He was hoping it was going to be Halloween, but no. I had teachers message me on Halloween asking. Friends messaging me. I think everybody's just getting excited for a new baby to arrive. I slept pretty good last night, but I was so tired today. I think it's been because of the dreariness of the weather. Just been kind of blah. And I like catnapped off and on today. I didn't really clean till tonight. I mean, I had a bunch of dishes I needed to do that I didn't do the other night because of Halloween. Dishwasher to unload. We had leftovers. We had tons of leftovers in the fridge. So I was like, we'll just do leftovers tonight. I'm going to try to hold off on getting groceries another week. We are getting pretty low on stuff. I mean, milk and stuff we can always pick up, but I think we will be able to find. Well, we should be fine. We got plenty of meat and stuff, so just gotta be creative with what we eat. Because I usually meal plan, so sometimes if I'm like short, I don't think of other stuff right away. So I'm definitely thinking I need to like meal plan another week out. I think I'm gonna color. See, I haven't used some of these yet, and I feel like I have to break them in. There we go. It's another reason why I chose to use my gel pens. So yes, I did that, got supper. My daughter's room really needs to be dusted, so I just told her tomorrow we'd be doing that because it's going to be the weekend for us tomorrow. Got our bedding all changed out. Because who doesn't love fresh bedding? I love fresh bedding. And if I get her room done, I'm going to go into my bedroom again and do some more cleaning in my room. It's basically, I try to do, well, I haven't been as good since I'm getting towards the end. I've been tired a lot, so I've been taking breaks. But usually, you know, I do the main dishes, at least a load of laundry a day. I always make the bed and do that stuff. But, and you know, my son, he gets allowance, so he sweeps at night. And he wipes down the table. Sometimes I do the table and sweep. It depends, but he swept tonight. And then I try to leave just like one room a day. And then I go back and, you know, as long as it's kept up, it should be fine. So, yep, do the main stuff on one room a day. And I'm trying to figure out a good routine for myself. Because I know when the baby comes, I'm probably going to slack a little bit. I'm going to be tired and trying to figure out a routine as a mom, soon to be of 3, of getting cleaning done and everything else done. And I do like to watch cleaning videos and videos like that on routines on YouTube. I do like to watch those as well. So if any of you have suggestions or how you do things with, if you have children, let me know. I'd be interested to hear. Because I know with coloring, it's probably going to be later when the baby goes down, and then I'll probably stay up for a little bit just to have my little break. And then I'll probably go to bed. So I just want to get into a routine and still fit in my hobbies and get in self-care for sure. Because my hobbies are self-care too, but like for myself, like do face masks. And I usually do that stuff on Sundays, but yes. I'm trying to figure out how to do things. Again, even though I had 2 kids, I had to figure it out then. Because I've never really napped when I had kids. Like, people told me to sleep when the baby sleeps. My husband told me that. I just couldn't. I had to get stuff done because I didn't want stuff to get too far behind. I mean, I'm sure there were some days that I was so exhausted that I did, but rarely. I just like to have stuff done. Now, I always say, like, how did my mom do it? She had 5 kids, and the house was always spotless. Mine is not always spotless, but she always kept everything up. Plus, she worked, full time and made supper. I remember, though, she used to stay up at night to clean when I was little. She would stay up to get stuff done. I'm thinking, how did she ever sleep? But she always did it. She was always a busy bee, though. You know what color I forgot to take out was brown. That's another color I need to use. So, I think I'm going to get my brown out. Hang on. I gotta see what kind of brown, and I'm using the Shuttle Art 120 gel pens. I don't want like a super, super dark brown, I don't think. Let me look at this color. This color almost looks orangey, and I don't know if I want that to be like a brown orange, kind of. So yeah, after this picture, I might do another color and chat down the road with colored pencils. I don't see it. Oh, do you guys color with colored pencils a lot, or do you guys just prefer like alcohol markers? I mean, I guess I don't see a lot of people colored with colored pencils. I don't know why, but probably because it takes longer. I don't know. But I like to color with colored pencils. I like the alcohol markers too, but I think I really like the colored pencils the most. We all like different things, which is fun. That's why I love watching all different coloring channels and whatnot and seeing everybody's pictures. Okay, I'm going to try this. I don't know how it's going to look. That was pretty. Have any of you seen that dog movie with Channing Tatum? I thought that was a pretty good movie. I turned it on last night too when I go to bed to help me get tired some nights, and I fell asleep quick. But I've seen pretty much all that movie before. It's pretty good. So yeah, I've been turning on movies at night lately, which I haven't done, in a while. I recently started doing that. It's been about a week or two. I'm starting playing movies at night. And I need to get back into reading too again, because I miss reading, but I'm just tired. Like, I'm not in the mood to read, but I am. I used to, when my firstborn was born, I read a lot, and I used to get up like a half hour to an hour before he would get up just to read, so I could have that time to myself. Just have a little piece of my coffee, and I loved it. But that was when he was sleeping through the night too. So I don't know if I'll do that again. I was telling my husband, like, I used to have like a schedule where I'd get up and I would go to bed pretty late too and still get up. Well, I guess I'd go to bed at 11 or 12 and get up at 5:30. It's like I'm just used to not getting a lot of sleep, so now I have that pregnancy insomnia, so I don't sleep much as it is, so I'm just like, okay. All right, now I'm thinking a little bit. So I purchased some things for a November haul, which I'm excited about. I'll probably have that stuff here in about a week or two to be ready to post when I have everything. But I'm excited. Okay, I'm just trying to see. This just looks like the leaf and not the green. Got some flowers in here too. I almost should do like a burgundy. Do you guys ever think out loud, like what colors you're gonna use? Or maybe you don't think like me. Some I randomly pull out and just say, oh, I think this color will look good, and it might not, but I'll definitely try it. Now, most of the time I pull my colors out, not always. Sometimes I just go with the flow and grab what I see. If you're coloring, what are you coloring? I would be interested to hear what you're coloring. I feel like lately the only time I color, because life gets hectic, is when I'm recording. That's pretty much only time. My kids haven't wanted to color in a while. I suppose they're in school and doing things, so if they want to color, I will color with them. So my husband got more apples. And he bought a juicer to make apple juice, and then he's canning it, so we have it on the shelf. And now he was saying we can grow kale, because I was telling him how my mom used to have a juicer, but she just make it and you drink it with like kale, and I think it was like orange juice, and maybe there was some celery in there. I don't know, but it was really good. It just tastes like orange juice, but it had like vegetables in it too. My husband told my dad how to make apple sauce in the Instant Pot. So that's what my dad did with his apples. My dad eats apples every day. He has for years. I can't eat fruit every day. My stomach gets irritated if I eat too much fruit, so. I don't know how you guys get, but my stomach does not like all of that fruit. I can eat like grapes, like nothing like strawberries or oranges or apples. I just can't do. And I love them. I still eat them occasionally, just not all the time. Okay, I need to find my color to color in the middle of my sunflower. I'll do this blackish gray color. Let's do this grayish color. Oh. And then I want to look for, I'm going to use this for some of the flowers. Okay, I think this is just a huge flower. A little bit darker than the little berries. Sorry, I'm being quiet now. I'm like concentrating. That is pretty. Okay. Let's get some yellow out for the sunflower. My dad's grown a sunflower before. I remember when I was a kid seeing the sunflower in the garden. My dad's gardened for years too. He doesn't can anymore though. Him and my mom used to can when I was little. I remember like tomato juice. I'm canning, and I could smell the tomatoes, and the house would be so warm because I'd be canning on the stove. And my mom's dad used to can, my grandpa. And I think my dad's family probably did too. They grew up on a farm, and they had all their meat and milk and everything came from the animals and the eggs, so. Kind of looks like colored pencil when I look at it, but it's not. So my children's school is doing like a food drive for the Salvation Army, and we're donating canned goods. We usually do donate what we can, you know. We are on a budget too. Obviously, we can afford our food and stuff, but we still budget. But yes, we're going to donate some canned goods and some boxed items to the school so they can send them over. Sorry about that. And then my daughter at school, she has like this book bag program that you can sign up for. She's in preschool now, where they basically will send home a bag of 5 books and you kind of help them to read. I don't remember. My son didn't read, I don't think, in preschool. I mean, they do these little practice workbook things. I mean, and I'm sure we had little pamphlet books, but yeah, they want them to start reading in preschool. So you get 5 books in a bag. You keep them as long as you want, and you bring them back whenever. But if you don't return them, you have to pay, like $10. But we'll obviously return them. And then she has some homework that's due. Not yet, but in a while will be due. That we got to get stuff for. And then she had a book order too, so. And I didn't have her the last time of her book order to go pick out some of her books to donate. So this time I told her, because we have tons of books, tons. My daughter's headboard's built in, and that's filled with books on each side. Plus, in our living room, we have built-in shelves that are all full of books. They have kids' books and some of my books. And then my son has a built-in headboard in his room that has books too. And the baby's room has books on a bookshelf. So we have tons. So I had her pick out 5 books to donate, since she had an order form to order more books. And then my son, I had him pick 8 because he has a ton. And he's getting older now that he's reading chapter books a little bit. They're kind of reading those. And he still likes the graphic novel too. So he picked 8 books to donate that he had somewhere from when he was little. When he looked at me questioning, I said, they're your books. If you don't want them anymore, you can, we can donate them. So yeah, we usually donate books. I need to go through mine and probably donate some, but I want to read a lot of them first. I just need to get my foot in the door. I'm not completing my goal of how many books I wanted to read this year, though, that's for sure. That's okay. I wanted to read like 40 books this year, but I'm not getting that far. I'm like 20 some in. My problem is that I use the library, I use Amazon Prime, free Prime Reading, and I use my books. I should use Prime Reading because we pay for Amazon Prime. And Prime Reading is free. I probably should read my books, and then if I don't have another part, maybe check it out at the library. And if I like it, then purchase it. But yeah, I love books. I haven't purchased any books, though, honestly, in a long time. I've had companies send me a bunch for review that I need to read. And I like to review books, so. And I am a slow reader, too. Sometimes it depends. Sometimes I can read a book pretty quickly if I'm, like, into it. And I like to annotate my books. Not all of them, but some of them if I find really good parts or if I just feel like it. And the books that I annotate I usually keep because those are ones that I'm going to read probably again. Have any of you seen the new Joker movie? I haven't seen the first one yet, and I kind of want to watch that one. So we'll just see how that goes. There's so many movies I want to see too, and every time there's a new release book, I want to read it. That I think intriguing, but there's not enough time. I wish we had all the time, you know? It just doesn't work out like that. I feel like I need to turn my paper, but now I am getting out of the lines a little, but that's okay. I have something I purchased once my stuff's all here for my haul that I've been talking about for months and months and months. I'm so excited I finally purchased that item. Made up my mind and picked it. I'm very indecisive on things. Like, I can't make up my mind a lot. My mind constantly runs. And I constantly worry about things before they happen. Right now, we're in the process of looking at a new to us vehicle. Since since we almost got in that accident, yeah, our vehicle's not good. I just told my husband, just be thankful we are okay. The lady just must have had a lot on her mind that day or something that she didn't stop. I don't know. But I'm just glad nothing happened to any of us. Because it was a real close call. Like, we're still surprised we didn't hit. So our budget definitely is going to get tighter once we get a new to us vehicle. Because, we'll have to do the payments and the loan and... But we'll figure out our budget a little bit more and we make it work. I always say to my husband, maybe I should go back to work, but daycare and 3 kids? No way. That would cost way more and I wouldn't even have a paycheck ever. That is why basically I stayed home. I've been home now for about 2 years. Stay-at-home mom, because we had our kids in daycare and it just took all, if I was the only one to be paying, which I wasn't, we both were. We just did figuring that all my money was going to daycare, so just better to stay home. For our situation anyway. I know not everybody can. And I'll tell you, I was so scared to stay home. I worked all the time, so I was just like not used to... And I wasn't used to like... Well, obviously we shared money a little bit because we're married, but I also had my own and, he has his own. And I was like, I don't know how that's going to work because I've never completely not just had my... I don't know how I'm saying... Not just not had my own money. I don't... Does that make sense? So that took some adjusting for myself. But my husband's really good to us, and I know... He always told me, why do you do that? Why do you worry like that? I don't know. I'm a worrywart. I guess I was a little independent. Like, I don't know if I was like too proud or what. I like to hold my own, maybe. I don't know. And I always worried about money anyway. I'm a person who does not like, I don't want debt. Well, we don't, me and my husband were good with the money, but I always worried like, oh my God, I'm not going to work. What if we don't have enough money? What if we don't have this? And obviously we're fine, but I was just like, oh my God. And I still worry about that stuff sometimes. Like anything can happen at any time, to anyone. And my husband's always been like a budgeter, and he has been since before I met him. So he had to really like... He does the figuring and tells me. He's really good at it. I don't know. He's smart. And at my appointment today, I had a 4D ultrasound, and this baby looks just like his dad. All of our kids look like my husband. They have some of my resemblance, but mostly dad. Everything. They're so cute, though. Even the ladies that do the ultrasounds in his face is so adorable. I think all babies are adorable. So, funny story. I don't know, you guys might not think this is as funny as I do. So, I was at my dad's when it was on Halloween with my dad. My sister-in-law was there with my nephew, and he's older. He doesn't go trick-or-treating anymore. And my brother, and my husband, and the kids and I. My husband and the kids were going to go trick-or-treating. My husband didn't want me to go because he was afraid that if something were to happen, we'd have to run to the vehicle. That was a ways away. We don't drive around in cars. We walk and do the walking for trick-or-treating. That's how I always did it as a kid. That's how he did it. That's how our kids are doing it. So he took the kids trick-or-treating. He comes back. He's having my dad look in the candy. He says, take a real good look in the candy. My dad loves candy. So my dad's like, he's like, oh, it looks like pretty good stuff. Looks like he's got a bunch of good stuff. And my sons. And my husband's like, no, take a real good look and see if there's anything different. My dad's looking, he's like, oh, what the heck? There's a potato in there. Yes, my son was given the option if he wanted candy or a potato. And he chose a potato. My son loves potatoes. And he told my husband, Dad, I can make a French fries out of this potato and I can feed our family. How sweet is that? But, you know, we have our own groceries. He just always picks stuff besides candy. He thinks of like, well, this is how I could do. So yes, he got a potato. He picked a potato. My daughter, no, I know she would pick the candy. Last year they were given oranges, which my kids loved. My dad said when he was a kid they always got apples and oranges trick-or-treating. So I didn't know that was a thing. But apparently it was. I remember getting apples, oranges, and like nuts and stuff in my stocking, but never on Halloween. Okay, I used the right color. I was thinking I used the wrong color for a second. I'm just thinking. Right now, in the state that I live in, measles are really high. We got a letter from the school saying in the state measles are really high. If your child is exposed and does get measles, they have to stay home from school for 21 days. And my sister-in-law said that her kids, they go to public school. I went to public school. That at the school they're saying that whooping cough is on the rise. So that's all scary. You know, you never want your kids to be sick or anybody with that stuff. When my mom was little, she had the German measles. Really bad. And I don't know, like, I only know a little bit of it. And she said they're really deadly. So I don't know how sick she was, but she had them really bad. So obviously I'm guessing she was really, really sick if she had them really bad. My daughter, when she was really little, I don't even think she was 1 yet. She was like breathing really hard and had like a cough or something. And I don't even know if they had given her that shot. I don't think they did till like kindergarten. I don't remember, honestly, because my son, I know he had to have it for kindergarten. But she got, I'm probably saying this wrong, bronchiolitis. It's not bronchitis. It's kind of like it, bronchiolitis. Oh, and she had to be in the emergency room, and that was scary when she was really little. And we had to use nebs. We had to use nebs with my son too, because he got like some type of cough or something. But bronchiolitis is a form of RSV. My daughter got her shot this year. And I'm not against, it. I'm not like one of those people that it's terrible that you get it or you have to get it. To each their own. I don't ever tell people, preach to them that they have to do it. It's their, life. But I never get those shots unless I'm pregnant. And this year they offered RSV shots, which must be new for pregnancy because I never did before. So I got that, and it should be good at least until the baby's 6 months. So the baby won't need that shot right away. The only thing that my son's had was scary when he was little. He was sick, I remember. He was not even 1. Or wait, maybe he was 1. I think he was 1 or close to 1. He had like a fever and stuff, and I was like a few days before Easter, and I was getting concerned, so me and my husband had taken him to urgent care, and they said, oh, could be maybe a start of an ear infection. It doesn't look serious or anything. Just do what you're doing, give him the Motrin and Tylenol, switch between them. So me and my husband were both exhausted. We alternated staying up with him because he was coughing so much and cried, and he just didn't feel good. And my husband woke me up in the middle of the night. He said, we got to go to the hospital. I was like, what? What's going on? My son was shaking so bad, he was turning blue. Brought him into the hospital. And it was late. It was Easter. We actually took him in the middle of the night. And the doctor was talking to us, and my son had to go on like an x-ray machine and everything. And the doctor goes, he has a very, very severe ear infection. And that just blew my mind. I told him we were just here. And they said, keep doing what we're doing. Ugh, I know people make mistakes. I don't blame them, but that was scary. We all are human. We make mistakes, but that freaked me out so bad. He was like blue and, worry about your babies when they get sick. That was the only ear infection he had. And my daughter's only ever had 1 ear infection. And I knew, I just had a feeling she did. I mean, her eyes were watering, snotting, one of her ears looked yucky. And they say not always, they don't always have to look yucky. So we went in with her when she was really little. And the guy, it was like a weekend. Said, no, I don't know. Looks okay. And I went, oh, maybe a little bit of an ear infection. He gave us medicine and she broke out so bad. I thought, oh my gosh, she's allergic to this. A few days, like a week or so, started breaking out. I had to take her back and they told us she had roseola. So I don't know. Still wonder if she's actually allergic to the stuff or if she really did just have roseola. But we did what we needed to do. I think my sister had bronchitis when she was little. I just remember having the chicken pox. Well, that was kind of a long rant. I was just talking away about sicknesses. Why do I do that? See, things just come in my mind to start talking about stuff. I know we took care of them and they got better. Okay, so I think I'm going to color for a little bit longer and then we're going to end it here. We didn't get much coloring done, did we, tonight? Not at all. I was talking too much. Let me know if you like these coloring chats. I always wonder if anybody really likes them or not. I don't know. I always like coloring chats. They're relaxing to me. I just haven't got to really watch too many lately. Which I hope eventually at some point I'll get back to all those. So that was a very short coloring session. Well, the video might be longer, like an hour, but yep, that's all we are doing tonight. Hopefully the next video I'll get in more coloring with you guys. So yeah, let me know what you think. I did put paper underneath because my gel pens sometimes bleed through. Doesn't really look like they're doing that bad, just a little bit on here. But yeah, we got a fun picture we're coloring and something different, right? And I love Creative Haven. Alright, if you like this video, please consider giving it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. And if you don't want to miss any of my videos that I upload, please hit that bell button down below to be notified each time I upload. And as always, I hope you all have a wonderful night and happy coloring. Bye.